In recent years, the visceral impacts of global warming have moved from the pages of scientific journals into our daily lives. Sweltering heatwaves, devastating floods, and unprecedented wildfires are becoming common headlines, painting a stark picture of a warming planet. These events are not isolated anomalies, they are the early warnings of a more turbulent climate system. The urgency conveyed by these climatic changes has begun to stir a global awakening. Communities that were once indifferent to the environmental rhetoric are now witnessing the tangible consequences of inaction. It's no longer about future generations, it's about the here and now, about the air we breathe and the water we drink. The science is clear, and the effects are undeniable. With each passing year, the evidence becomes more compelling, urging immediate action. This narrative aims to delve deeper into the facts, explore the human and ecological impacts, and highlight both the challenges and the solutions in the face of this global threat. Global warming, driven primarily by the emission of greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide and methane, is more than just an environmental issue. It's a complex web of atmospheric science. The Earth's average temperature has risen by about 1.1 degrees Celsius since the late 19th century, a change driven largely by increased carbon dioxide emissions into the atmosphere. This might seem small, but in climatic terms it's significant. This warming has accelerated in recent decades. Projections by the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change indicate that if current trends continue, we could see an increase of up to 4 degrees Celsius by the end of this century. Such a rise in temperature would have catastrophic effects on global ecosystems and human societies alike. The statistics are more than just numbers, they are a clarion call for action. Each fraction of a degree in temperature rise translates to bigger storms, longer droughts, and more intense heat waves. Understanding these facts is the first step in preparing ourselves and our communities for the changes that are and will be occurring. The effects of global warming are not uniform. They vary dramatically from one region to another. In the Arctic, temperatures are rising twice as fast as the global average, leading to rapid ice melt and permafrost thaw. This not only contributes to global sea level rise, but also releases more methane, a potent greenhouse gas, exacerbating the warming. In tropical regions, the increase in temperatures is intensifying the frequency and severity of hurricanes and typhoons. These storms leave behind a trail of destruction, affecting millions of people and causing vast economic damages. Small island nations, in particular, face existential threats from such increased storm activity and rising sea levels. Meanwhile, in many arid and semi-arid regions, prolonged droughts are becoming the norm, affecting water availability and agricultural productivity. These changes are not just environmental issues, they are humanitarian crises in the making, affecting food security, livelihoods, and the migration of populations. Behind the statistics and the abstract predictions lie real human stories. Farmers in South Asia see their crops fail year after year due to untimely and erratic rainfall, pushing them deeper into poverty. In Africa, communities that depend on natural resources find lakes drying up and wildlife disappearing, stripping them of their livelihoods and cultural heritage. In urban areas, the heat island effect exacerbates the discomfort and health risks of rising temperatures. Cities like Phoenix and Mumbai are recording higher temperatures each year, leading to increased mortality rates during heat waves. These are not isolated events, but snapshots of a global trend affecting millions. The stories of individuals and communities adapting to these changes are both heart-wrenching and inspiring. They underscore the resilience of the human spirit, but also highlight the urgent need for systemic change to support the most vulnerable among us. The world's oceans, covering over 70% of the Earth's surface, are under severe stress due to global warming. The rising temperatures are causing coral bleaching and the decline of marine biodiversity. For instance, the Great Barrier Reef has seen a drastic reduction in coral cover as water temperatures have risen. Sea levels are rising primarily due to the thermal expansion of seawater as it warms and the melting of ice over land. This rise threatens coastal communities worldwide, from small island nations in the Pacific to large cities like New York and Bangkok. The implications for human settlements are profound, including displacement and loss of livelihoods. Moreover, the increase in ocean temperatures is also altering weather patterns, influencing cyclone formation and precipitation worldwide. The changing oceans are not just an environmental concern, they are a global economic and security issue, impacting food supply chains, tourism, and even international relations. Global warming is reshaping the natural world in profound ways. Species across the planet are facing extinction at a rate not seen since the last mass extinction event. Polar bears in the Arctic are losing their ice-covered habitats, while tropical amphibians are increasingly vulnerable to diseases that thrive in warmer temperatures. The migration patterns of many species are also changing, which can lead to mismatches in the timing of food availability. Birds that rely on specific cues to migrate may arrive at their destinations either too early or too late, finding that the insects they feed on have already peaked due to warmer spring temperatures. Ecosystems are delicate balances of interactions between species, and climate change is adding stress to these systems. The loss of one species often has cascading effects on others, highlighting the interconnectedness of all life forms. Preserving our planet's biodiversity is not just about saving individual species, it's about maintaining the health of entire ecosystems. Despite the dire warnings, there are success stories that inspire hope and demonstrate the potential for positive change. In Sweden, the city of Växjö has become nearly fossil fuel-free, thanks to investments in renewable energy and smart public transportation. Their model shows how urban areas can reduce their carbon footprint and improve quality of life. In Costa Rica, reforestation efforts have doubled the country's forest cover in the last 30 years. This not only absorbs CO2, but also increases biodiversity and stabilizes soils, which protects against erosion. These efforts have turned national parks into eco-tourism hubs, generating sustainable income for local communities. Community-led initiatives worldwide are proving that when people come together, significant progress can be made. These stories need to be told to motivate others to act and to show that while the challenge of global warming is immense, the capacity for human innovation and resilience is even greater. Advancements in technology are key to combating global warming. Solar and wind energy are becoming more cost-effective and are being deployed at larger scales than ever before. Innovations in battery technology and smart grids are enabling more efficient energy storage and distribution, crucial for making renewable energy more reliable. Geoengineering, including carbon capture and storage, CCS, and solar radiation management, is being explored as a means to directly mitigate the effects of increased atmospheric CO2. While these technologies are not without their controversies, they represent potential emergency measures to prevent catastrophic climate scenarios. Moreover, agricultural technologies are evolving to create more sustainable farming practices. These include precision farming, which uses GPS and IoT sensors to maximize efficiency, and genetically modified crops that can withstand harsher conditions. Such innovations are essential in ensuring food security in a changing climate. Effective policy and international cooperation are crucial in the fight against global warming. The Paris Agreement, signed by 196 countries, is a testament to what can be achieved when nations unite for a common cause. However, meeting these commitments requires real action and not just promises. Countries need to implement stringent emissions reductions, invest in renewable energy, and enforce regulations that promote sustainability. Moreover, there needs to be a global mechanism to help less affluent nations adapt to climate change, as they're often the most affected yet the least equipped to deal with its impacts. The role of policy is not just about enforcement, but also about enabling. By creating frameworks that encourage innovation, support sustainable practices, and foster economic incentives for green technologies, governments can pave the way for a healthier planet. The evidence of global warming is unequivocal, and its impacts are being felt across the globe. This is not an issue that can be postponed. The time for action is now. Everyone, from individuals to governments, must play their part in combating this existential threat. The journey is undoubtedly daunting, but it is also filled with opportunities for innovation, growth, and transformation. By embracing these challenges, humanity can not only survive, but thrive. Our actions today will determine the kind of world we leave for future generations. We are at a critical juncture in our planetary journey. The The decisions we make today will echo through generations. Let's choose a path that leads to a sustainable, equitable, and prosperous future for all.